Hello, everyone. This is Audrey Connor Gibson from ACG Math Tutoring. How are you? How's things going? I know it's been kind of rough. I know some of you guys probably have been tutoring, teaching for like the last 5 weeks, 4, 3, 2 weeks, and probably on your wits' end. So, if you are a math teacher, if you are a parent of a math student, or if you are a math student, this is the brief live version for you. So, before we get started, I just want to go do a quick little introduction, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, everyone. As I said before, my name is Audrey Connor Gibson, Mrs., so we don't get that twisted. Okay, so hopefully everything's going all right. And I just wanted to reach out just real quick because I know a lot of people are doing a lot of work online and they're just like, I can't take it anymore. And some people are always asking the questions of like, how do I do all this? So I'm just going to do like a small tip that will kind of get right to the heart of it. Now, the question that I'm going to hit on for today is how to study math. Everybody always asks it. Every time you see grades, they're like, you need to study, you need to study, you need to study. And a lot of people are like, well, for English, it's easy to study for English. You have to read, okay? You have to expand your vocabulary, maybe even talk and having, beyond text messaging lingo. All right, so that's usually how you can expand yourself with the English. But with math, it's a little different. And this is what I used to see when I was in the classroom. Like I would have kids take their notebooks and they're like, okay, yeah, uh-huh, beautiful, I studied. And you're like, no, that was cute. But what is actually going on in your mind? Like, what are you actually breaking down? So the one thing that you definitely need to know about studying math, you have to practice, practice, practice. And I know a lot of us are like, well, I don't really have any practice problems. We don't have textbooks anymore. I can go and look at stuff, but I'm not sure if it's exactly what my teacher wants to do. So how can I do this practice? So I have one quick tip for you. These are the things that you need. So you need your notes, a piece of paper, a pencil, because we're doing math, stop all that pen stuff, and possibly a calculator if you really need it just to support your calculations, okay? Now, when you are online, regardless if you're in the classroom or outside the classroom, you should always take down notes. Don't just sit there and like, okay, I'm in class and I'm watching my teacher perform. That's fun, but you need to take down some notes. You need to kind of have something that's going to help you to remember step-by-step process. Now, if you're already in week 5, 3, 2, whatever, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't take any notes down. This is one thing you could do. You can contact your teacher and to see if you can get a copy of their notes. So at least you have something to kind of look over, to kind of process. Now, this whole step that I'm going to show you is not a forever, like it's going to take me 5 to 12 hours. All right. So this is what you're basically going to be doing. One, after you get your notes. So I got like a notebook right here. So you have your notes. So right now I'm looking at solving quadratic equations. All right, my little Algebra 2 peoples, you know what I'm talking about. All right, or my advanced players. So you have your notes. After you have your notes, you're going to take a piece of loose leaf paper, okay? You're going to copy the problem. So I'm looking at the first problem on this page. You're going to copy that problem on this loose leaf paper. Once you got your problem already copied, let me bring it over here so you can see it. Okay, once it's already copied on this single sheet of paper, you see these notes? Put them away for a second. Okay, just set it aside. All right. So once you set it aside, let me get all this fun stuff out the way. Then you're going to focus on this paper that has the problem on it. And I just want you to try to solve that problem on this sheet of paper without looking at your notes. Now, I know you're going to want to cheat, But remember, if you cheat, you're only cheating yourself. You want to understand the process, and you're going to work it step by step. So just for funs and giggles, I'm going to share my screen, and we're actually going to solve this problem. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so we have 1/4 times y minus 6 squared is equal to 8. So remember, when you're solving an equation, you definitely want to isolate your variable. So the first thing I'm going to tackle is going to be this 1/4. And 1/4, we all know that fractions is nothing but division. So what's the inverse of division? Multiplication. So we're going to multiply both sides by whatever my denominator is, which is 4. And the reason why I do that is because if I have a whole number, remember it's always over 1, and I cross simplify, 4 divided by 4 gives me 1. Okay, 1 divided by 1 gives me 1. So I have that assuming 1 out here. But remember, that's almost like a place value at this point. I don't really need it because when I don't see it, that means it's assumed to be there. So now I have my parenthesis, my y minus 6 squared. And what would that equal? So 8 times 4, that gives me my 32. So now I want to isolate. But right now that y minus 6, that's together because it's inside of a parenthesis. So I want to tackle this square. So now I need to know what's the inverse of a square. And that is a square root. So squares and square roots, they cancel each other out. So what remains is my y minus 6 equals, and I'm going to put it in orange, my square root of 32. So I want to get y by itself. What needs to go? This minus 6. So the inverse is going to be plus 6. So they're going to cancel out. So I'm going to switch my colors. So I got my y equals. Then we have my positive 6 plus my square root, oops, wrong color, square root of 32. Now, the square root of 32, that can be broken down. Now, I'm like combining solving equations. I'm looking at inverses, and I'm going to kind of bring it all the way up here. I'm also going to break down the square root of 32. So I'm going to prime factorization here. So I need my prime perfect combination. So with my 32, I can do 16 and 2. 16 is a perfect square root, which gives me 4. Square root of 2, that's prime, because remember, the first prime number is 2. I don't know if I blew people's mind, but here we go. All right, so now we're basically done. So let me finish it up. I'm going to put this in blue. So we got y equals 6 plus, and since I broke down the radical, it's going to be plus minus. You'll probably learn that later. 4 square root of 2. So walking through this step by step. Now, let me unshare. And let's see. When I go back to my notes, did I get the same answer? 6 plus or minus 4, the square root of 2? Yes. Did I do it the same process? Yes. So basically, you can use your notes as an answer key. What? Yes. All right. So let me walk you through those steps again. So this is what you're going to do. 1, before getting all your notes, make sure you get all your notes. That would be number 1, really. But we're going to copy a problem on a sheet of paper, okay? Then you're going to put your notes aside, completely just put it to the side. It don't have to be in another room. Don't be crazy with it, okay? Just put it to the side, the other side of the table. Then you're going to do that problem at your best on that sheet of paper. And then once you do that, compare your answers. If you didn't get exactly the same thing that you got from the notes, try to see where did you go wrong. Did I add 6 or did I subtract 6 as opposed to adding 6 on both sides? Did I not? Oh, I forgot to break down the radical of 32. All those things play a part into it, okay? So that's one of the things I just wanted to share today. You know, it just seemed like a lot of people were kind of, I don't know how to study math, but do it through practice. So again, I also have a tutoring business. If you do need help with tutoring whatsoever, please, I'm going to send my information at the end. Go ahead and look at my website and also sign up for a meet and greet. So I hope to see you guys soon, and I'm going to try to keep doing this at least once a week. And if you have any questions or concerns, please hit me up. All right, take care. Bye.